You're watching Project Nigel. Twice a day.
Does it say bollocks on the back of that truck? Greetings from Project Nigel and myself, Captain Mustard. And good morning too. If like me you can tell the time, you'll see there that it is almost 3:30. And that is closer to the end of the working day rather than the beginning. But I've had a bunch of other things to sort out this morning. So at 3:30 it seems like the best time to crack on with removing the subframe off of a Rover 25. It's so obvious really, isn't it? Definitely the time to be lowering the whole subframe and engine out. Yep, I've got maybe an hour and a half to remove all that lot and then drag it back on the truck again. And I don't think it's overly ambitious. It seems to be perfectly feasible. As long as I don't drink too many more cups of tea, I need about 50 wee stops. So far that's taken me 10 minutes to move the car that far. Not sure why, but the winch decided that it didn't want to go to work. Lazy winch! Although I'm already on my way back down the other end of the yard to go and collect some tools I didn't get before, I can guarantee I will make this job look easy. Just like I did yesterday. I told you I'd make it look easy, and that's because that part was easy. It's just a load of bolts underneath that are all rusted in because they're into the chassis anyway. So once you actually get started, it doesn't really take too long, come to think of it. There the top mounts are off on both sides, and then this engine mount on this side also off. So I've got to do that side, a few bits of plumbing and gear linkages and a few bits of pipes and stuff. It really shouldn't take that long. Well, I am genuinely quite surprised at myself for this. The engine and subframe isn't out, but everything's undone, and it's just a matter of lifting the car off the body in less than 1 hour. That might not sound like such a great achievement to a proper mechanic, but to a man like me, quite pleased with that. I really am. In theory, of course, it is just subframe bolts underneath, and then on top of that we have mounts for the top of the suspension, and engine mounts, the gear linkages, fuel system, cooling system, and the power steering, and a few other pipes, and that's really about it. Well, the electrical system as well. Oh, really could do with a haircut and a cup of tea. I'm going to have a cup of tea. I'm going to walk and talk, I think. I'll carry a couple of tools and a bag of bits. Yeah, so all I really need to do now is pull the car down off the ramps, get the engine crane out, lift the car up off the subframe, drop the car back down on the floor, drag it back up the ramps. The real awkward part is going to come with that subframe and engine and gearbox. Collectively it's going to be quite heavy, but it's got wheels on it so it should move around easily, just not necessarily steering column. I just forgot all about that. I think it's fair to say I came fairly close, but I didn't actually succeed in this little challenge because the thing's still in there. But my plan wasn't to actually take the whole thing out, just to loosen it so that when the car could be lifted it would just pop straight out. So the only thing missing is actually the steering column. So I've only spent an hour on this car today, but tomorrow I'll probably spend most of the day on it, getting it finally and properly ready to, well, go to its maker, I guess. Except of course it's not actually its maker, is it? It's just a metal recyclers. Strange when people say stuff like that, isn't it? Every day I come up here, it's ever so slightly lighter, so you can actually see who's talking to you. Isn't that fabulous? As I go home now, I feel terribly hungry, and like I really deserve a proper meal, having spent an hour messing about with the car. I wonder what the quickest anyone has ever removed complete engine and gearbox and subframe out of a Rover 25 is. Not that I presume there'll be a Guinness World Record of such a thing, but I'd imagine if you have all the right tools already, you know exactly what order to do things, and you've got a really good buzz gun, so you don't need a breaker bar, you could probably do it in 10 minutes. 10 minutes? Or is that being unrealistic? I bet it's not. I bet someone will tell me they can do it in 5. Tomorrow, I think, is going to be the day where I do something with this beard. Yes. No, I mean, tomorrow's the day when I'm going to eat some pasties! Pasties! In the microwave, pasties! In the microwave, such a luxury! In the microwave, such a pasty! Pasty time! Thank you, Chris.